That's right. It's the last year of my 60s. If you're watching this video, the day it comes out, it's my birthday. 69th birthday. No jokes, please. Yeah, I know it's not a milestone birthday, but it is of a sort to me, and I'll explain that in a moment. I don't know how many of you dread your milestone birthdays. Like usually 40 is a big one, 50, 60. My 70th is coming up in a year, and that's going to be a big one. Actually, most of my milestone birthdays have not bothered me that much. 50 was a big one because my body literally started falling apart right after that. So I remember there's a comedian, I think Billy Crystal, who did a funny bit on that, how like you turn 50 and all of a sudden you need a bunch of procedures done. Yeah, I had to go in and have my thyroid removed like literally 2 months after I turned 50. So that was a big deal. Anyway, it's not a milestone birthday this year, but it feels like it is kind of because it's the last of an era. It's the last of a decade, and that is a big deal to me. So, the reason I'm doing this video is if you're watching this, I'm having a good time. I am in Reno on my birthday, and I will be filming some stuff from there that I'll post the following week. So, I'm going there alone for my birthday. I'm going to talk about why it's important sometimes to just do things alone, especially on your birthday. But yeah, to me, it's a big deal. Like, I really haven't celebrated a birthday a lot in the sense of, going on a little trip or something like that in a long time. So it's a big deal. Anyway, the milestone birthdays, yeah, I mean, they're a thing. So let me know below if you've had a milestone birthday and what you think of it. I think birthdays are a big deal. I know some of you out there that are watching this, you're going, why is she making such a big deal out of a birthday? Well, it's always been a big deal to me. I don't know why. And the older I've gotten, it hasn't changed. I know a lot of older people that hate their birthdays. They go, oh, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about being old. Like, why not? You're still here. Like, to me, it's like a major accomplishment. Like, I can't even imagine what it must feel like to turn like 80 or 90 or golly gee, 100 someday. I don't know if I really want to make it to 100, but that must be amazing to like go, I've been around a century. Like a century. That's just huge. Anyway, I find birthdays to be not depressing at all. I've always enjoyed my birthday, even all the years I spent alone on my birthday. I've always enjoyed it, and I'm going to tell you why in a moment. And then I'm going to share with you in this video some things that I'm doing. I'm kind of viewing my birthday as a reset. Like, this is a good time to think about what do I really want to accomplish in the next year, specifically in the next year of time. So I'm going to talk about that in a moment as well. But let's face it, if you're getting older, a birthday, yeah, is a reminder of how old you're getting. I mean, I did a video this past week on getting older. Yeah, it's a reminder that it's all kind of downhill from here, at least physically. I mean, I may not be mentally, but it definitely is physically. And you're not going to be, young again. And so when you hit those milestones, whether it's 40, 50, some people even get traumatized at 30. I did not. 30 didn't even faze me. But, and 40 actually didn't really upset me too much. 50 was the first big one that got me. And 60, I didn't mind too much. I think 70, it's going to be a big deal. But the good thing about turning 70 in a year is that I'll spend a whole decade in my 70s. So I won't have to get traumatized again for another decade. See, that's looking at the glass half full right there. See what I did there? Technically, none of us knows how much time we have left. So you know what? I feel like birthdays are a great day to celebrate. You're still here on planet Earth. You're still here. You're still breathing. You're still functioning, okay? In whatever form that takes. I find it as a celebration because you're still here. And So if you're one of those who wants to turn off this video because you just don't like birthdays, okay, I get you. I feel it. But you know what? I'm just not one of those people. So now let's talk for a moment about one of my theories is that you should always spend at least some birthdays alone. You should always spend at least some of your birthdays alone. I had my first birthday alone when I turned 23. My first birthday alone when I turned 23. And I did something really magical for myself that day. I remember waking up and I really had nobody to be with on my birthday. And I thought, I'm going to make it my day. And I went to this fabulous lodge that was overlooking a waterfall, and they had wonderful food there, and I had a fabulous brunch. And then I went for a drive. Then I went to see a favorite movie at the theater because, this was in the days before, you had DVDs and even, I don't even know if we had VHS back then. And so I went to the movies, and then I had a really nice afternoon, like early dinner, I guess I'd say. And I just did what I wanted to do that day. I went shopping. And I remember thinking to myself that day, I'm going to do this at least some of my birthdays for the rest of my life, where I'm just going to do what I want to do all by myself and just enjoy the heck out of it. And honestly, that is what I've done a lot of my birthdays. Now, throughout most of the rest of my 20s and 30s, I was usually with somebody on my birthday. But even when I had a birthday planned, like some event planned with, a friend or a, romantic relationship or whatever, I still managed to always do at least something on my birthday alone, even if it was just go for a walk. Because to me, that was my time to just focus on the importance of that day. This is the day I was born. This is the day that I'm turning another year older and I'm still here. Like, that was always a big deal to me, even when I was younger. And so that's what I made it about. And of course, after the age of about 49, I've been alone most of my birthdays. I have had a couple of birthdays where I spent with someone else, went for a day trip or whatever, but for the most part, I have been alone for a lot of the birthdays in the last almost 20 years. I mean, there's been a few here and there I have not been alone. Like last year, I wasn't alone on my birthday. But this year, I could have just spent the day with a friend, but I chose to. I'm going to Reno for 2 nights. I'm going to just do things I want to do, not gamble. And fortunately, the weather should be okay as far as not too cold and not snowing. So I'm going to be walking a lot. I'm going to walk down by the river. I'm going to take you along with me. I'm going to film all of that stuff, little bits of the stuff, and show you what I'm doing. But I view it as an adventure, and it's a really great way to celebrate. And of course, I don't have just a birthday on one day. It becomes a 3-day birthday extravaganza. That's what I call it. So that's what I'm going to do. But that's really important to me, to spend that time alone, because you know what? The 2 most important people really involved in your birthday are you and your mother who gave birth to you. That's the 2 people that were right there in the thick of it on the day you were born. I mean, yeah, your dad was there too to some degree, although back in the days when I was born, my dad was not in the delivery room though. So nowadays they are. But now that my mom is gone, it's really just me. It's me. That's my day. And it's all about me coming into the world and still being here, being a pain in the neck sometimes. But I'm my own best friend, and that's what's so important. And I hope most of you out there are your own best friends as well. So let's talk about my plans for this next year. So on this birthday, at this time, because I've got 1 more year left in my 60s, I feel a sense of urgency. I really do. I feel a sense of urgency that I need to really buckle down and accomplish stuff. It's kind of like having a 1-year bucket list. This is what I want to make sure I do. Well, first of all, if you've been watching my channel, you know that my plan is to move in the next probably March or April time, I'm guessing. It just depends on when my name comes up on the waiting list and I can move. But anyway, I'm going to be moving. I'm looking forward to that. I'm already, basically decluttering and doing stuff like that to kind of get ready for it, because I want to move with much less stuff than I have now even. And the next thing, other than moving, would be to continue to grow my YouTube channel or channels, because there might be another one coming. I know that's kind of a crazy idea, isn't it? It takes a lot of work just to do one channel, but I really have an urge to do a more narrow niche channel, and I'll tell you more about that in the weeks to come. But I'm planning that most likely, but I'm going to continue to grow this one, and hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully this time next year, I will be more than monetized. This will be a going concern. I don't know what that is a really old term, by the way, going concern. I don't even understand what it really means. But anyway, it will be a thing. Okay, I will be making a little bit of extra pocket change, and it will be awesome. So that's my plans, is to continue to grow my channel, continue to bring you along for the ride. I'm going to try, just going to keep learning and doing new things with it. I'm also going to continue to work on health and well-being this next year. And I really got to lose more weight, which means as soon as Christmas is over, it's going to be off the sugar once more. If you've been watching my videos, you know I have a constant battle with trying to get off sugar. It is my nemesis. It is the thing that I can't seem to just quit and stay away from forever. But I'm going to have to do it for most of this next year, because that's the only way I can lose weight. And I'm already doing other things that are good for my health and well-being. But that's the big linchpin that stands in my way. So I've got to work on that. And that's going to be a big deal. So I'm going to be doing that. I'll probably do some videos on that as well, on my journey. If you've watched my channel, you know I've done some shorts, on my battle with sugar in particular. So there might be more of that coming your way. I'm also hoping, well, no, I'm not hoping, I'm planning to, at some point in time, rent a car and take a few-day road trip in this next year, and that will be before next year's birthday. So that is also on the agenda. So those are my key bucket list items. There's some other things that relate to those categories, but are more narrow type of things. They're more minor things. But that's the big key things that I'm doing in this next year. And I'm really determined to make a success of the YouTube channel. I'm looking forward to the move and all the new changes that will bring, and new opportunities where I'm going, because it's a bigger city, and I'm going to kind of be back in a place I'm comfortable with as far as being in a larger city. If you watched my video on living in a small town, I mean a really small town, this has not been that great. I'm a city girl. And so I'm kind of looking forward. It's not a huge city I'm moving to. It's a really kind of a very small to medium-sized city, but it's at least got more than I have here. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to working on my health and well-being, because you know what? I'm still here. And what if I've got another 20 or 30 years to live? By gosh, I got to be healthier for that. So I'm determined. So anyway, that's all my thoughts for my birthday, and all my hopes for this next year for myself, and my determination to work on those things. These are not just hopes. They are literally bucket list items for myself. So I'm going to do those, and I'm going to bring you along. So I'll document all of this for you as I move forward. But anyway, that's what I'm sharing with you today. If you're watching this, I wish all of you well. I hope all of you have a wonderful birthday in the next year to come as well. If any of you are also November babies, please let me know in the comments below so I can wish you all a happy birthday as well. And also, if you would please drop a like, it would be so appreciated. And one of the best birthday gifts you could give me, drop a like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. That would be the best thing you could do for me. It's all free, and it would really boost my spirits. So until next time, be well, be kind, keep moving forward, enjoy all your birthdays. Take care. Bye.